All right, guys. Nigeria got the win. Get in, get in, get in, get in. We got the win. Get in. We got the win. Get in, get in, get in. We got the win. Get in. We got the win.
Oh, come on, let's go. Come on, we got to win. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
Let's
did. We got the
go.
win. Very good one.
You don't believe say we go win. They say very good
I
one.
said, no. Toby, let's not start.
You
I said
really
Nigeria will
believe
win.
Nigeria was
I
gonna
said Nigeria
win.
will win. All I
Why
said
are
is that
you
they should
not
play better.
believing? Where is Toby
Una don't
Japa? Come
start.
and drag this boy.
They
Get
can't
in.
drag me. I didn't
Get
say you guys
in.
won't win. Oh.
All your Mama Bulu. Let's go. You know, we get those that space. Let's go.
I was expecting that. I was expecting
Let's
that.
go. I told you there won't be space. Let's go. Now
There
Paul
was
go
space.
turn. Now
Mona start.
Paul.
Mona stop that one.
We need to
Me, there
drag
was no space.
him. We need to
There was no,
drag
there was
him.
no space. They chop bar. They chop bar. There was no space. No, they deceive
Let's
yourself.
go. Toby, let's go. Toby, I've accepted your request to from your end. Nice game, nice game, nice game, nice game, nice game.
Yeah, nice. Definitely nice game.
Toby, I think maybe you need to rejoin and then send me a request again. Nice game, nice game. Okay, Toby's here now. Let's go, guys.
I
Let's
don't
go.
go talk too much.
Let's go
I
talk
don't
too much.
go talk too much.
No mind this guy.
I don't
No mind this guy. Mama Lu, Mama Bulu, Mama Lu.
Oh,
They
that
score
just the
nine
left
goals.
mouth.
They score 9 goals. They score 9 goals. Where them they?
I don't think that.
They score 9 goals. I say space no go there.
We
Find out.
Fantastic.
Find out.
If I
What
hear
for?
over,
Nice game, nice game, guys. Nice game, nice game, nice game. Nice game, nice game, nice game, nice game.
Brilliant game.
I'm so happy.
Nice game, guys.
In a
I'll
very
start
long
to
time.
yeah. You
Yeah,
can
very,
go ahead.
I think
Yeah,
Nigeria
definitely nice game.
played tactical football in a very
Yeah,
long time. It was a game plan and it was executed brilliantly. And in my own opinion, I think this is the first match in this tournament that we actually came out and the players played to the plan. I mean, look at when Osimhen scored that second goal and I know was brought down. He gave a wink. It was all a strategy.
yeah,
Like it was
yeah,
lots
yeah.
of moments of brilliance in that game, and I think we did perfectly well. It was fantastic.
Good one, good one. I'll go to you. I'll go to you, Paul. The man that never believed Nigeria was going to win. Imagine, I tell you say they're not going to get space.
No.
I tell you say they score 9 goals.
Now. Let's put it in perspective. First things first. Basically, what happened was what I talked about. We need to play better. We need to step our game up, and that's basically what we did. Just like I said, we needed to step it up performance-wise, and we had a better performance. We have to continue having better performances to get wins against better sides, against strong sides, and that's what we did today. Very good performance from the boys, defensively, in the midfield, and also in the defense to get the win.
So Toby, what's the overall perspective of the game?
Drama. Yeah, no control drama for year.
No drama.
I don't control drama for year. Baba, 1-0. You don't do me. 3-5 information. Lock it up. Nobody.
Lock it up.
Target, I get wrong. One in first
No
half,
mind that.
one in second half. Every
They had shots on target. They hit the bar. So it's not about two shots on target.
Man.
So don't be they can't shot on target for them.
Eyes not shot on target.
Cameroon, 0 shot on target. Because they tell me one come now. They go chop them 1-0 or 2-0. I go enter final. So my brother, the tactics is very spot on. Kudos to the coach, kudos to the players. the weakest part of our team is our defense, and the coach has really busted that. He has enforced that with this formation. It's a mid block that became a low block in the second half. We didn't really press them high.
Paul, I think I get some feedback from your side, Paul. Can you hear me? I think we are getting some feedback from your side.
I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, can you mute it? We are getting some feedback from your side.
Okay, let me come back. Let me come back in.
So yeah, like I said,
we have to be fast. I think a lot of people want to join. We have so many requests here today. So I'll be adding everyone one by one. So yeah. So after
Nigeria,
when you're done,
add them up. Yeah. So basically, it was a low block late in the game. We went into a low block. Initially, we played a mid block. You know, second line press. The boys executed perfectly. They were very honest. They worked very hard. And I can't force anybody today. Some players could have been better, but I'm not going into that, to be honest.
What about Seidu? Going forward,
Seidu was below par, but he still gave a lot of effort. He was honest all through. He worked the socks off. He could have been better, but it was okay. So we did enough to get the victory. Nobody can say we didn't deserve to win this game.
100%. 100%.
Well interpreted, like he said earlier. Let's just keep doing this. And bro, will dominate Africa for years to come. Imagine
so
players that we've never been invited to this tournament. Boniface is not here. Kilichi has not kicked the ball. We can still get to see another into this team.
I wouldn't even not here.
Is not here. You understand me? The prospect of the Nigerian team with the age of these players is boundless. We can go on and dominate Africa for years to come. I am saying this today. Write it down. Just be tactical. Let's continue with this shape. The weakest part of the team is the defense and the goalkeeping department. With this formation, no team in Africa can shake us. You understand me? Because African teams are not for a lot of attacking football. So with this shape, we'll keep defending them, and we know that we'll score. So our attackers will score. I don't want to know the team. Even though I want goal, we will still score. We will have output today. Look at the Kavibasi miss. Look at the Osimhen Salah goal. Same as the last game against Cameroon. Look at the two Salah goals. As much as one of them, we are still scoring goals and we are creating chances. VR has been knocking up our goals. So what else do we want? Let's support the team, guys. Get it.
I think Moses Simon was fantastic today.
Best game,
it was. I think it was brilliant. Like you said, I think when Oyeka left the game, I think our midfield collapsed. And this is the problem we have with Aribo. It's like, you can't really complete.
Do you think Aribo doesn't have it in him for the African
no.
right?
I think it's the thing we're talking about, right? So, which is he hasn't really had game time in Southampton, right? Ever since I think it's very evident in the way.
I think even naturally, it's too soft. But we understand why he keeps getting called up, because we don't have a lot of options in our midfield. If he was available, he would never have seen game time in this tournament. Alassane was fantastic the few minutes he played, except the one goal he kind of gave away. So if we had Alassane fit, we have Iwobi fit, Frank fit in the defeat, bro, I didn't put him on the bench. So the quality of players we don't have in this tournament, and we are doing this well. It just shows that we can dominate Africa for a long time if we can be this tactical. And that's what
I agree.
Yes, we would not be tactical. We just play back and forth until the game ends. We can't see intent. Today we saw that we just wanted to score and then lock it up. There's nothing bad in that. We're not Barcelona. We're not Man City.
Of course.
That's it. So let's keep it tight every time. Score your goal and counter, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah, it was a very, and again I repeat myself, the tactics was very clear, and basically Angola fell victim to tactics. There was a time where they kept holding the ball, they kept falling back to back, right? And you see what that was on offside, but it was very clear that we were basically throwing them out, making them fouls, and then we have our set pieces to take our chances. It was, I think, this game that I felt like Nigeria came out with a plan and executed 100%.
Yeah, I also agree. I think there was a defined plan from the coach with the formation. Yeah. And I think the major problem we might have, I feel we have a little number of players that fit into that plan. And once some of these players are not available, it could be a problem. Like Joe Aribo came in and he didn't fit into that plan.
He didn't.
He doesn't fit into that.
And same thing for Kelechi Iheanacho as well. So guys, I want to start bringing people.
Kelechi Iheanacho doesn't fit into that plan.
So
he doesn't fit into that plan. Also, Bruno Yemechi doesn't fit into that plan. That's why Zedu Sanusi keeps on playing. So there's a lot. The tactics is looking good, but do we have extra personnel to continue to execute that formation? That's a big question mark. But the tactics is good, and it seems to be something a lot of African sides seem not to be able to cope with going forward.
It's difficult. You would get a lot of chances. I think Angola.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
I think so far since we've been playing three at the back, I think Angola were the ones that have gotten the highest number of chances. Right? Which show how good that team is. Against Cameroon didn't even get this much chance. Against Ivory Coast, the same thing. Against Guinea-Bissau, the same thing. So I think kudos to the Angolan team. I think they were, at least they showed that they're good side. You could see they are running. You could see their square playing, their long balls, which I think we did well. And I was scared at some point because I think we're sitting back at some point around 70-something minutes. We sat back a lot, and I think maybe Ekong at that point should have just moved that line a bit further forward, so that because they kept on giving us a lot of pressure.
No, but Toby, for me, I think it was the coach's instruction. It was the coach's instruction to sit back and absorb pressure and hit on the counter.
Okay. Okay, so guys, let me bring on. I have some requests here. Let me quickly bring on some of these requests, and we'll just keep switching it that way. Right? Yeah. So if you want to come online, just send me a request. I'll bring you up as well. Paul, so maybe we'll just keep switching it that way. If you want to come online, just send me a request. I can bring you up. I know a lot of people are excited. So many things to say. Everybody's so excited. I even saw Peter Obi on the stands there.
A lot of people are excited watching.
So, Toby, what do I do? Do I drop and then so someone else can join? Yeah?
You just drop.
All right.
Nice one. Great analysis. Nice one.
So send me a request if you want to be a part of this. I'll bring you up. So for me, I think Stanley Wabali at least showed some level of confidence and some level of he was good with handling. You remember that first chance in the first half?
Very good save. Very good save.
So I think he had a good game, and at least he exudes confidence that helps.
That's it. That's
the key word. That's the key word. He gives the back line confidence.
Yeah, which is what we are lacking with Zoro. I hope he keeps playing. And also, I think Osimhen at some point too, towards the end of the game, he was quite tired. He wasn't going for the runs that you usually
he ran all through the game, so it's very difficult for him to do that over 90 minutes.
And the Angolans know him very well, so they kept knocking him down. They kept hitting him.
If you want to join,
they kept hitting him, so you can understand why he got tired towards the end. You know, he's the best player in Africa, and everybody knows how dangerous he is. So they kept giving him that contact until he, was going down with injuries and whatnot. So I hope he recovers in time for the semi-final. Victor Osimhen, we need him. He leads the line very well. He encourages the other players to press, which is what we need. So kudos.
You can send me the request again. I would add you up. Send me the request again, Tosin. So what about Zedu Sanusi? I think he had a good game in terms of defending. But going forward, we still have the usual problem of indecision, usual problem of misplaced passes, the usual problem of not knowing what to do when he gets to the final third, right? So what do you think, Paul?
I feel I don't want to dissect it too much. I think he fits into the formation. He fits into it. He does his job well.
Tosi, you have to send me that.
Maybe we're expecting too much from Zedu Sanusi. But when it comes to him playing as a wing back, I think he does his job very well. He could be better offensively. Defensively as well, sometimes he seems to be unaware of his position. But overall, I think he had a good game. He had a decent game. He could be better, but it looks like the only left full back that can put in that shift in that formation, except you are bringing Calvin Bassey into that position. Yeah. Calvin Bassey as a left centre back has been awesome at this competition. So I think Zedu Sanusi can be better, but it's not bad.
So how about in the midfield, right? I think also at some point Iwobi was quite tired, and I think the sub at that point was a good one in terms of bringing in Yusuf to come play. But my challenge in the middle of the park is, what we did, those last changes that we made. At some point, I was worried if they get a goal at that point, it would have been a very difficult extra time. In the sense that you had Iwobi was off, Osimhen was off, Lukman was off. If they had scored us at that point, it would have been a very, very difficult extra time for us because we had more defenders in the game. We had at that point Romero had come in for in the middle of the park for Lukman. We had about 6 defenders there. So do you think that that's something we need to look at going forward into the semi-final games, Toby?
Bro, there's nothing wrong with that. From a coaching perspective, there's absolutely nothing wrong. It was a few minutes to the end of the game. We needed to defend well because they were trying to go for it rightfully. I felt the coach did the right thing, bringing in more bodies into the back line. If I consider to be going to extra time, we have how many? 3 more changes. We had 5 substitutions and they have used just 3 or 4. So when you go to extra time, you have 1 more substitution. You can always change it up. So for me, good move by the coach to bring in more bodies. Nothing wrong with that. Fortunately, we didn't concede. We're in the semi-final.
What if we concede?
Then we have an extra sub in extra time. We take out the defender, bring an attacking player. We see
Simple.
subs. We had 1 unused sub in the 90 minutes, plus 1 more sub in extra time. That's 2 more subs to bring in 2 attacking players. We had the Nacho on the bench. We still had a couple of players that have come in, and we had Chukwueze as well. So you can always change it. That's football for you. You have to be dynamic. You can't be so but you have to try. And he tried with the changes, and that's it. So I think I'll give kudos to the coach. He was brave by doing that. But for as regards Zaidu Sanusi, for me, like Paul said perfectly, we don't have a lot of players that can execute that role because the role means you have to be as good going forward as well as defensively. Zaidu Sanusi offers you both. Bruno Emachi unfortunately doesn't. He offers you quality balls going forward, but not so much defensively. And in this system, everybody needs to be switched on. So the coach is stick with Zaidu Sanusi. But however, going forward, maybe against weaker teams, you can try throwing Omeru and then play Kabambasi as the left wing back. He's good on the ball, he's comfortable, he's quick, he can deliver good balls in. So we can also look at that going forward, to see him as an option in that position, inside in this new system that we're playing. So for me, generally, I'm enjoying the team. I'm enjoying the shape, the formation, the setup. The general attitude of the team is so good. So they're working hard.
They work hard to get the loose balls.
Sure.
Exactly. It's not like the recent Nigerian teams that we've been watching in the last 2-3 years. That attitude is not there. Simon. Yeah, there's that attitude, that extra effort. And that's what we want to see as Nigerians. That's what we grew up watching. That's the Nigerian spirit. Remember the Nigeria-Brazil game in Atlanta? That's what we're used to. That Nigerian, that effort. You may not be better than them, but you need to show effort. And Toby, they're doing it fantastically well, and I'm enjoying it. Well done to the Eagles.
Yeah, so Ademola Lookman, what a player. It looks like Ademola Lookman is going to be our Victor Moses for this tournament. Because, the same way in 2013, Victor Moses came to the fore, right? Blew our mind. So it looks like this time around, it's Ademola Lookman. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, like I said, leading into the game against Cameroon in one of our episodes of the Football Buffet, I talked about the wingers coming into the box, not just giving the passes to Victor Osimhen all the time, coming into the box, and that's basically what they did in that particular game. You saw Victor Moses Simon getting the ball, drifting into the box, and releasing a pass to his fellow winger to put the ball in the back of the net. These guys have goals in them. Victor Moses scores goals. Moses Simon rather scores goals for Nantes in the French League. We have Ademola Lookman that score goals for Atalanta in the Serie A. These guys have goals in them. They can't always play for the center forward. They should play for themselves and try as much as possible to get goals. And that's what's been happening in the last 2 games. Lookman has gotten 3 goals for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, being the 4th Nigerian player.
Assist as well.
4th Nigerian to score 3 goals or more in the knockout stages of the AFCON. So looking good for Ademola Lookman. Yes, Victor Osimhen is a goal poacher, but these guys have goals in them. They should cut in, drift into the box, and try as much to take shots, give themselves opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net, and we'll be getting more goals from our wingers.
So guys, send the request again. I think I had a lot of requests here before, but you can resend them now, and I can bring you up to get your own views and your comments about the Nigeria versus the game with the Angola game, right? So I know a lot of people are excited. Parties all over. Nigerians are so excited. I hope.
Yeah, the people celebrating.
Yes, so
I hope we don't put a lot of pressure on the players. That's just my major thing. I hope we don't put a lot of pressure on them because we are beginning to see people flying into Cote d'Ivoire now. Now that we're getting close to the final,
I saw the
lots of
president.
lot of celebrities going in there.
Yeah, a lot of guys,
people
the
who didn't
senators, House of Rep
going to
members, and all that.
So I hope we don't get distracted because my worry with the Super Eagles is when you expect them to do well, that's when we don't go. That's my challenge with the Super Eagles. So we need to stay calm.
But at this point in time, in the semi-finals, expectations will definitely be high. The players need to understand that. Everyone is now expecting nothing less than the trophy. So they need to step it up and win the trophy.
Okay, but win the trophy, we still have a semi-final bout. Most likely it's looking Cape Verde or South Africa, right? So who would you prefer? I know, Paul, you like the Cape Verde.
South Africa.
You want South
One of the two. No, I'm not saying I want South Africa. I'm still going for Cape Verde.
Okay, you think Cape Verde is going to win that game?
I just feel Cape Verde defeats South Africa.
Oh, nice. What about you, Toby? Who do you prefer to have in the semi-finals?
Well, I think the South Africans look good. They look good against Morocco. I feel they'll be too good for the Cape Verdeans, and it looks like we'll be playing South Africa for me in the semi-finals. And I don't see them as a difficult opponent, and it will also prepare us for the World Cup qualifiers. We'll be playing against them again. At least we'll have a feel of what they're like and all. You know, we used to be huge rivalries in the past. You know, with South
rivals with South Africa.
Yes,
always
now.
We are rivals. We have always
there's this rivalry. There's this rivalry between us and South Africa.
Yes.
For me, that's not a rivalry. It's just fans rivalry.
They've been beating us lately. Don't forget.
Where did they beat us?
No, it might not be a major footballing rivalry, but when it comes to playing them, there's always a lot of talk.
Yes, so they beat us recently at home now. You know, so
some years ago.
This
is a major tournament, and shutting them up.
The last time we played them at the AFCON in the quarterfinals, we knocked them out.
So this is a major
that was in 2019.
So this is a good time to beat them again.
So let's do a quick review, right? Going through the players one by one. So I'm going to start with the goalkeeper, right? We spoke a lot about Stanley Nwabali. If you had to rate him over 10, Paul, what would you give Stanley Nwabali? Over 10.
He made a crucial save in the start of the game. So for me, I think I'll give him 7 over 10.
A 7 over 10.
Yeah, 7 over 10.
Stanley Nwabali.
For me, I'll give him 6. Honestly. Right. Since the beginning of the competition, he has not really faced any major challenges. He's had a save here and there, but you know, he's not really faced every fire. So I've really not seen what he's about. But for now, it gives a lot of confidence to the defense line. And to me as a fan, I'm relaxed when I see him in goal. The way he comes for the ball, he's commanding of area, he communicates with his defense line. See the error he will be made, he went quickly, shouted at him, told him what he did wrong, you know. That's what I like to see. But Uzo, on the other hand, just always looks bereft of ideas, always looks like he's lost. So for me, Nwabali is a breath of fresh air. But so far in this game,
if you want to join, please send an invite. I don't know. I messed up some of the requests here earlier. So if you want to join, please send an invite and we'll bring you up. So I go to Olaino. Paul, Olaino, what's your rating for Olaino? Your guy, I remember. The guy you always said. Yes, you could.
Olaino has improved. Like Zedu Sanusi, I think it's comfortable. I think it's more comfortable playing as a wing back compared to a full back. So I think Olaino has improved. Had a good game. Overall, 7 over 10 as well.
Toby, how about you?
Olaino for me, 8 over 10. He interprets the role perfectly. Defensively, is good. Going forward, is good.
Someone is saying 10 over 10.
10 over 10. Now we do that now.
He's really good. You know, he draws the fouls when it needs to. Slows the game down when it needs to. Tactically, he's very sound. He showed his experience as well in the game when he drew that foul at the later part of the game. So, Olaino has been immense in this new system and in the game for me 8 over 10.
How about Semi Ajayi, Paul?
Semi Ajayi made he looked G3 a lot of times in that game. So for me, wasn't it?
I don't agree. A lot of times.
A couple of times, he looked G3 for me. He looked G3. It wasn't a composed performance. I think 6 over 10.
6/10 for Semi Ajayi. How about you, Toby? Semi Ajayi.
Yeah.
Toby, it was a clean sheet today, as you are unfair to be giving.
You can't say 6.
Any of
This
those
4, we go to bounce this 4.
Now 6 I give him. Now 6.
6/10. I'll give him a 7 as well. You know, there was a tackle he made late in the game when the guy was trying to beat him 1v1 in the box. Cool, calm, and collected. He won the ball, put his body in front of the man. Bro, this team, the boss my head, man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, man. This is a good team.
They are bringing it home.
We did hope.
They are bringing it home. How about Captain Fantastic? Oh.
Yeah, for William Trustek, I think he had an assured game. He wasn't really put his stress in that one. He wasn't really there like he was under pressure at any point in that game. So I think a 7/10.
I think Trustek showed a lot of leadership in that defense.
Yeah, leadership top notch from William Trustek.
And if you remember, going into the AFCON, one of the challenges we had with the Super Eagles was the combination between, because, Pesero was playing Ajayi and Bassey, right? And the challenge and the complaints we had then was that they didn't have that leadership, right? When they were on the pitch because of the experience playing for the Super Eagles. Yeah.
Our defenders are too below par. They are average. You can't play 2 of them. You need at least 3. And some cases, 5.
Yeah, the only reason why the Super Eagles look solid is because of that formation.
That's it. If it goes back to a back 4, we will lose. I'm telling you. And I've been saying it for years. That back 5, that back 3 is what we need. If we play the back 4 tomorrow, we will lose. I'm telling you. Because there's no 2 of those guys that are good enough. But when there are 3 or 5 out of possession, bam, we are solid. So for 2 seconds for me, 7/10 was good. Like Paul said, but whenever he was called upon, he did good, defended well, he led well. So, that's what we want to see. And I'm happy with him finally. He's leading the team well, 7/10 for me to step up.
So how about Calvin Bassey?
Wow, Calvin Bassey,
what a player.
Very good. The best of the defenders for me. Did well. In the first half, there was a situation where Gilberto kept on putting Zaidu Sanusi under pressure, and Calvin Bassey read the game properly, started covering for Zaidu Sanusi when he made those darting runs, went into the left back position and kept Gilberto quiet. For that alone, he did so well. That as a left centre back, he was so good as well. I think he was the best defender for me in the setup today. 8/10 for Calvin Bassey.
So that's your highest rating so far. 8/10. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Toby, how about you?
I agree. Nothing to say. Yes, Calvin Bassey was. I think without Calvin Bassey, we might have suffered more performance. But Calvin Bassey was good. Yeah, someone is saying here that he needs to watch his step, but that's true.
I totally agree with his here. I thought Calvin Bassey needs to watch his temper.
It was very
totally agree with him.
Yeah, but besides that, it was solid, good going forward, good defensively, reads the game well, uses the strength well. Wow, this team is so good, Toby. This team is so good.
So we go to the man we've all been complaining about, Zaidu Sanusi. Paul, take him to the cleaners.
No, I'm not.
I'm expecting you to do that.
I'm not. Like I said earlier, I think he's the best man for that position. Except we're taking Calvin Bassey to that position. I think he looks good defensively. Going forward, he's not bad. The problem is his crosses, his indecisions seem to be an issue going forward. So overall, I don't think he had a bad game, but he didn't have a fantastic game. So I'll give him a 6/10. A 6/10. But it wasn't a bad game. Wasn't a bad game from
Java, I know you want to join us. Send me a request. You have been making noise. Send me a request. All right, Toby, go ahead.
For me, Zaidu Sanusi, probably the most underperforming player today. It was good in some instances, but in some other it was quite not so good. I'll give him 5.5/10.
Because of the attacking challenges.
I'm only giving him this because we kept.
I think that sound from you is really loud. Paul, that sound from you is really loud.
No sound from here.
Okay. So what about you, Paul? Go ahead. You said how many?
Really, I think limited them to
Should we go into the midfield?
Yeah, let's go to the midfield.
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. The boy from Brentford. Paul, over to you.
Yeah, for Frank Onyeka, I think game by game he gets better. He gets better.
Yeah.
He looks better. Over the course of the last couple of games, he has improved in that position. Seems to have understand how to play in that two-man midfield behind the defense and all that. And also, he seems to have understood how to be the shield for the defense as well and bring the balls forward for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So I think it was a very good game from him. 7 over 10.
7 over 10 for Frank. Toby, how about you? Frank Onyeka, the Tank.
Yeah, for me, Frank, 8 over 10. It was really good. You see the panic on the face of the coach when he got injured and it looked like he won't be able to come back on. The coach was panicking. He didn't know what to do. That's to show you the kind of importance of Frank Onyeka. That midfield, if it would be an Aribo would have suffered. You know, he didn't really let
send me a request from the full line.
He didn't really let the ineptitude of Iwobi show in that midfield. He was everywhere. I think covered every bit of grass on the pitch. I think 8 over 10 easily for me for Frank. With him, I can't imagine this is Frank and Ndidi or Frank and Alassane. Bro,
wow.
Bring on Brazil, bring on Argentina, man.
but we won't be as creative as West though, because I think we won't be going for.
Toby, they calm down. They calm down.
But I think Iwobi brings more going forward than Alassane, if you ask me.
Yeah, but the truth is, in this system, you don't need him to do that. Do you get me? You've got your wing backs and you've got your 3 attackers. So why do you need Iwobi to create?
Yes, sir.
So the system needs the midfield have to lock you up and be energetic, go up and down the field. That's
no, basically, Iwobi is playing as a central midfielder. There's no need for him to rush up front.
Yes, the talk is not needed. You know, you need
and he basically
can go up and down the field.
That's it. And he talked about it leading into the game. That's what the coach told him to do. Hold the ball, not move the ball around and pass the ball. He's not an attacking midfielder in this formation. He's not.
Backs and the 3 attackers. That's 5 players creating.
It's as simple as that. So
and the back 3 are defending. That's another 5. Simple.
Alex Iwobi.
Yeah.
What's your rating for him, Paul?
Yeah, basically, I think we just talked about what his role is. I think he did what he exactly was told to do by the coach. He stuck to the plan of the coach. Not a bad performance from Alex Iwobi. Took a couple of shots from outside the box, which was decent. 7 over 10 for him.
7 over 10 for Iwobi. Toby, how about you?
Yeah, 7 over 10 as well. I agree with Paul. Iwobi was okay. A lot of Nigerian fans are not content with him. They feel he should do more. He's already the scapegoat. People call him out easily.
Yes, I agree. He should do more.
He's playing to his instruction.
If you understand the system and the formation, you realize that he can't play better than he's doing. That's his natural position and he's doing so well. You understand? We don't have a lot of options right now in that position. And
he's basically playing to instruction.
He's doing well. I don't think he can do any more. I think it will be 7 over 10, like Paul said. He's doing a good job for us in the absence of injured Alassane and unavailable in the game. I think kudos goes to him. Yes, someone is saying he's lazy. That's not his role. He's an attacking midfielder. You understand? You're making him play you're making him play in a 2-man midfield. It's difficult for him. It's not easy. But someone that's not naturally a defensive player, it's not easy. Probably
it's not easy. It's not easy for an attacking midfielder to play as a central midfielder.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. It's not easy. So 7 over 10, good effort from him.
So I go to the left. Ademola Lookman, man of the match, I guess.
Ademola definitely goal scorer. Did walked around the pitch, helped in defending, helped offensively as well. Did so well in that game. I'll give him an 8 over 10.
8 over 10. Ademola Lookman. What about you, Toby? We lost Toby there. Toby, are you there?
Since we lost Toby's connection and all that.
Okay, so I go to you. What about Moses Simon? I think Moses Simon had his best game for Moses
Simon for me was the man of the match. Was the man of the match for me. So I'll go. Yeah, best game. I'll go with Moses Simon, 9 over 10. It was very good defensively, offensively, played to instruction, knew when to pass the ball, knew when to dribble, knew when to cut into the box as well. He was the best Super Eagles player on the pitch this evening, 9 over 10.
9 over 10. Toby, how about you?
Toby, you know
Give us for Ademola Lookman first.
It's rare for our Paul to be on the same side. But but this night is looking like that. Oh my guy, I agree with Paul. Moses Simon was immense today. He showed what we've known him to be able to do, what he's capable of doing, but he's very inconsistent. And it's alarming. The level of inconsistency he shows in the national team. We know what he can do, and he showed that today. He has not done that in the previous 4 games. But, you know, that quality showed today. He was taking them on at ease. He ran, you know, he defended well, he covered the ball well. Even when the game was in the 97th minute, he was still running, winning the ball. And, you know, that's what we know Moses Simon to be able to do. 9 over 10 for me. The assist was superb. I like the way he raised his head up. He didn't look for Osimhen like Paul has been complaining about. He saw the late run of Lookman. He scored the ball to Lookman. Bam.
What a goal.
Finish. That's all you need.
That's what
You
they call
don't need to play like
rooftop
Barcelona and build up from the back. Sometimes that's all you need to score.
That was a good assist there. Then we go to the big man, Victor Osimhen. Paul. Victor Osimhen's performance in this game.
Victor Osimhen, all-round play was good, but decision making a couple of times not good enough. I don't want to go all along about him being too raw and all that. Let's not go into that. But I just feel Victor Osimhen needs to do better as a centre forward. He had a very good game overall.
Moments, give us example. Which moment?
The moment in the second half where it was 2-on-2 or 2-on-1 before Gaspar came back to take the ball off him.
The ball to his left, but that was a bad play.
Yes, the initial run was not good enough for a top-class centre forward.
I remember that. I think he hesitated there. Maybe
the run was not good enough. That's not the kind of run a winger wants from a centre forward. That wasn't good enough. Even the goal that Nigeria scored, the run was too early. For a top-class centre forward, you shouldn't be making such runs. But let's not overflog the Victor Osimhen situation. Overall, he had a good game. Finishing maybe not too good enough. It's 7 over 10.
7 over 10. So your man of the match, Paul, looks like
he's most definitely Moses Simon. Moses Simon, man of the match.
Okay, Toby, what about you, Osimhen?
Well, Osimhen was good. I think if coaches are smart, the opposition coaches are smart in this tournament, they realize our game plan is not to get the goals through Osimhen. You know, Osimhen is just a distraction. Can you guys hear me?
Because if you saw that goal, the 2 defenders, they went after Osimhen. He pulled the 2 defenders himself. And that created the opening for Ademola Lookman.
Exactly. So, if you're a smart coach, you start reading that play, and you realize that Nigeria's goal-scoring outlet is not Osimhen. Osimhen is a distraction, and he's doing that very well. He's being very selfless.
I bet you this. I think there's no way a coach would not try to nullify the threat of Victor Osimhen. He's a centre forward. They will have to mark Victor Osimhen as well. It's going to be difficult to leave Victor Osimhen and now start focusing on the wingers. It's going to be difficult to do that.
If you want to be a part of this conversation, send me a request.
If you notice the body language of Osimhen, unlike the first 2 games, where he's forcing it, he wants to be the man. He wants to be the one that runs with the ball into the box. Now, is like the moment you talked about where he was a bit hesitant, is because he didn't want to go for the ball because he knows that the tackle will come on him, bam. You understand? So it's that hanging there, and you know, so he's been selfless, and I like it. Like the goal now, you need that.
No, but I think overall, from the onset, Victor Osimhen has always been selfless. Even at Napoli, that's how he plays. It's not. He wants to score goals, but at the same time, it's all about him winning.
He's a team player.
He always wants to win. That's the key thing for Victor. He always wants to win. So I think it's a normal trait for Victor Osimhen to always look to tee up his other forwards if he's not in a position to score. And I think that's what he has done at this competition. But what I just feel is that his finishing needs to get better. We're now in the business end of the competition, the semi-finals or the finals. He needs to be better with his finishing. He needs to be better with the timing of his runs as well.
There was no big chance. He didn't miss any big.
There was no big chance missed. No, there was no big chance.
That was not big.
Was there a big chance?
Yeah, that.
No, with his leg. I think he finessed the ball. but it didn't go in.
First half.
Yeah. There was a beast.
missed
There was
one.
a chance he missed. Yeah,
There was one he missed. He was meant to score it.
he missed one big chance.
But besides that, he was good. He was selfless. He worked that off the ball. He gave the defenders a solid time. There were a couple of yellow cards for defenders through him, which is what he brings to the table. Going forward, Mr. Pastor needs to consider his quality in the air. Look at the header he scored that was ruled out for offside. On a good day, if there was no VAR, that was a goal. So you need to start capitalizing on that. Try to get the crosses in early, deliver good crosses, and then you can now use the strength in the air to win. You know, there was also a header earlier in the game where the keeper saved it. You know, that's what he brings to the table. They need to start thinking about that.
Sure.
The wingers, the wing backs. How do we deliver the ball early? How do we spot his runs? How do we deliver quality balls into the box? So
That's the problem.
Quality
Quality has always been a problem for our
we can also get our goals easily. So I think Osimhen 8/10 for me. It was okay. It was good. It was a beast in the front line. The defenders had a solid time as always. I'm sure they'll be somewhere having a ice bath now. After
They had a good game.
Victor Osimhen, he's always the beast in the front forward line.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Osimhen is beginning to understand that. Yeah, it's not about him. It's just about the team getting the victory, which is very good. That's why we've been winning. From the game against Guinea-Bissau, he went for the ball. We got the penalty. So we got what that was the own goal, right?
Own goal.
From the next game as well, he had
for the pen
was a foul on him. So he's beginning to understand that really this is a team exercise
against Cameroon.
Which brings me to the big question: if Nigeria gets to win this AFCON, with the way Ademola Lookman has been playing, do you still think Osimhen will be given the player of the tournament? Guys, if you want to join this conversation, send me a request. I can bring you up to be part of the conversation. Just send me a request. I'll bring you up as well. So Toby, I'll start with
you. We all know player of the tournament is usually goal oriented. Lookman already 3 goals, 1 assist, 1 or 2 more goals. He'll probably be the highest goal scorer. Definitely will deserve the player of the tournament. You know, Osimhen has not really scored a lot of goals. He's had a goal and an assist. The penalty won't count as an assist, unfortunately. So, but we know what he's bringing to the table. Enzo Pesaro knows what he's bringing to the table. He doesn't have to get the MVP or the highest scorer for us to appreciate his effort. So I think that should even be in the conversation right now. Let's just keep playing and keep winning, keep defending well. Lookman has been immense. It's been a new discovery. At this stage, I don't think we need Nathan Taylor anymore. Let's just stick to these guys that we have and just maximize how we can use them because they are all still young. That's what I'm saying. If we can dominate Africa for a while, these guys are all very young. Nathan Taylor is also very young. You know, we can also get the boy from Fulham, Adarabioyo, to say these are young guys.
Yeah, the defender.
These are young guys. We can dominate Africa.
If we win AFCON,
these guys might change their mind and come.
Yes, if we win AFCON, that's the conversation. If we win AFCON, yeah. Why is it laugh? If we win AFCON,
we have a semi-final. Toby Gaffer and Toby Olu. Toby Gaffer and Toby. We have a semi-final to play. Let's take it one game at a time.
I don't hear you.
One game at a time, but we don't do
final.
One game at a time. We don't reach here.
We have a semi-final to play. Let's take it one game at a time.
We are bringing it home. Don't worry. We are bringing it home. One game at a time. We don't do semi-final. We are bringing it home.
Yeah, we still have a semi-final
to play. It's coming home.
I don't hear now.
So I want to continue with the players. So I'm going to the sub now. Paul Onuachu. Paul, your namesake.
Paul Onuachu came in. Didn't really have a lot of minutes to show what he can do, but it was a composed performance from him. Good one. He seems to be the guy that always comes off the bench for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Then you wonder why he was the last replacement to come into the team. A lot of decisions from Jose Pizarro. Sometimes you wonder, you like, why exactly is he making these decisions? But we're winning games, so we won't dissect Jose Pizarro's decisions.
What will you score Paul Onuachu?
I don't think with the number of minutes he played, I don't think I can score him any. I don't think there's anything to score him at this point.
Really? So, how about you, Paul Onuachu?
Well, Paul Onuachu he's been good a few times he has played the tournament so far, including today. Seems he's just watching what Osimhen does, and he just tries to do the same thing when he comes. Because I didn't know him to
be doesn't have the legs.
Well, he's trying. I didn't know him to be this much of a fighter, but he's doing it, putting in the work. I saw the sweat that broke out from his face, even though he played just a few minutes. You know, it shows that he's hungry to work for the team, and that's what matters. Even though you're getting a
Okay.
minute or two, work out for the team, and that's why I worry for Kelechi in this system. I don't think he has it in him to work out for the team.
Yeah, he doesn't have it in the system.
You know, that's why he's not very well getting minutes. Same as Murphy. That's just not his style. And we know
I think Murphy can play in this system though.
No, I think Terry Murphy can play.
Murphy can
But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure
But
Kelechi can
I'm
play in
not
this
sure.
system. I'm not too sure.
I think Terry Murphy is a fighter. He runs. I think Terry Murphy can survive. He can survive in this system. But Chukwu is a please. The challenge with Chukwu is play in this system.
Chukwu is not that kind of tireless worker. He can't move. He can't defend and be offensive at the same time. And his decision making sometimes can be erratic.
Yeah.
So I don't think. I think
you can't predict him. You don't know what he's going to give to you.
He's not consistent enough.
I think Moses Simon's final ball is even way better than Chukwu.
Way better.
I've been struggling of late to see what Chukwu actually does best. It's been pretty much difficult for me to just lay my hands and say, okay. I'm not even surprised because I'm not surprised he doesn't get into the starting 11 any longer. Yeah, he's just not consistent enough. He can't. How about Alassane Yusuf? Paul,
it was good.
Alassane Yusuf came in and he looked like he steadied the midfield. At that point, it looked like the Super Eagles were losing. They were losing the grip in the middle of the park, and he came in and he steadied it. And good performance from him. Yeah, the long pass that should have led to the second goal for the Super Eagles. But overall, I think I can rate him 6/10. He didn't have a lot of time, but he came in and did his job. 6/10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Toby? I agree with Paul. Alassane was really good. At the time he came in, the midfield was suffering. Frank I was exhausted, same as he will be, especially. He came in, studied the midfield, give us, put us on the front foot again. And the Angolans couldn't cope with him. Bro, I can't even imagine if we have him 100% fit, that would be massive for the team. Especially with his work rate. He also has an eye for pass as well. 5/10, 6/10 for me, for him. It was really good. I hope we can keep being fit going forward in the tournament. In the next game, personally, I'd like to let's give Toby a well-deserved rest and see what he can give to us if he comes off the bench.
Okay. So the man we've been talking a lot about, Joseph Ayodele Aribo. Paul, I'll start with you.
Aribo, I don't think he did anything special coming in. So I don't think there's nothing to rank him on. I think he just came in that way.
The rationale of that change, anyways, because at the time,
he's basically tiredness and maybe Onyeka struggling at that point in time, nothing more.
Yeah. So what would you rate him?
And also, I think the coach doesn't trust Raf Onyedika. So Aribo came on. So basically that, nothing more.
Yeah. So Akin, if you want to come on, send me a request. I'll add you to the call. If you want to come up and give us your comments and opinion on that game, send me a request. Anyone also who wants to join and be part of this conversation, send me a request and I'll bring you up. So Toby, I'll go to you. Joseph Ayodele Aribo. Is it like he doesn't even have it at all? Or what's the
challenge? I've not really been a fan of Aribo for a long time.
But he had a good game for his debut against Brazil.
Well, that's a long time ago.
That was some years ago.
He has played so many games after that time, and I don't really see that still in him. Maybe we play with the back
four. Number 10 jersey, don't forget.
Yeah, maybe we play with the back four, and then he has two sitters behind him, like Ndidi and Frank. Maybe we will see the best of him. But in this new system, he can't play the Iwobi role. He can't play the Frank role. I really don't see any reason why we should give him a chance in that midfield. I would just prefer Ralph in the midfield. I hope we can get Alassane fit for the rest of the tournament so that we don't have to rely on Aribo at any point. So for me, Aribo was awful. He was so lackadaisical. It was really soft.
I think
there was the ball that he covered in the attacking. Yeah. It was in the attacking.
But to be fair with him, the effort was there.
To be very long pass away. So.
No, I'm not going to give him sticks like that. Basically, I think Aribo, same issue, maybe the same issue Iwobi is having. Aribo can't play in that role, in that setup. It's going to be difficult for him. Aribo is more creative minded. He wants to be closer to the forwards, not play like a deep role in the midfield, a deep line playmaker. So it's going to be difficult for Aribo. And also, like one of our hosts talked about, analysts talked about before he left, talking about Aribo, Iwobi, playing too deep into the midfield might be difficult for Aribo. So I think Aribo also has not really played a lot of games for Southampton in the last couple of months, leading into the Nations Cup. That's when he started starting games for Southampton. So he's not really in rich vein of form. Question marks how he got into that team. And someone like Al-Hassan needed someone to get injured before he gets into the team as well. So
Trust me.
there's a whole lot of question marks. But Aribo, not a bad player, but maybe doesn't fit into this particular setup of the Portuguese coach.
Okay.
Quickly, whoever whispered this system to
formation.
No,
Anastasio
has done just,
no be Pesero. You know the assistant now, Anastasio. That guy is a good coach. Now him they whisper this Pesero.
Because
Anastasio
he's
a Portuguese coach. The guy is very good. If you check him, it's very good. Now Anastasio they whisper
from the team selection, it shows that this wasn't his plan. You know, so but for him to have changed, I'm really glad. To be honest with you, I'm glad.
Simon, I know you said Nigeria will not get to the semi-finals. If you want to come up now, send us a request and come and defend yourself. You told us that Nigeria will not get to the semi-finals, and now we are in the semi-finals. And Nicholas Simon, I remember your comments. All right, so to Kenneth Omeru, we saw Kenneth in the game. Paul, did you see enough of him to be able to rate him?
Baba just can't flex for feed me.
But he has the experience.
No, definitely. We need experience. No, we need experienced players off the bench to come in to help the team. We saw during the first cooling break in the first half, Ahmed Musa came to the touchline and he was speaking to the two wingers.
Musa saying at that point? I didn't even understand. What was Musa saying?
What I think he was doing was, I feel he was telling them to cut in, try as much as possible, go and create chances for themselves and take shots. And I think that's what happened immediately after I spoke to them. Moses Simon and Adebola Lukman started creating chances for themselves. Yes, Victor Osimhen is there, but you guys are wingers. You guys have skills. Use your skills to make openings for yourselves and take chances.
Somebody's tackling the Fantria except he said, Kenneth don't win AFCON now.
Yeah, but now senior man, but Baba no get it where won't give us.
Well, Toby, for me, Omeru, I like the big patrol. I like when senior members of the squad don't mind coming in for a few minutes to just keep things solid, and there's no grumbling, there's no nagging, there's no bad body language. Just come in there when you are called upon, do the honest work, and that's what Omeru has been doing in this tournament so far. Musa, as you said, speaking to players as well, despite not playing. In some other cases, you see players sucking on the bench. They even refuse to warm up. They refuse.
I think Tuchel has been sucking on the bench though. That's
he's still a kid, so I can understand. He's still a kid, but for the senior players, they're not doing that, and that's what helps the atmosphere in the dressing room. And kudos to those guys. My hat's off to them. If Musa demanded to play, it's his right. You know, he's the captain of the team, senior player. But you know, Omeru came in.
Is it again a flex master?
I said, I just want flex.
Is it a great motivator?
No, definitely. Experienced player, motivator, talks to the boys and all that. They see him as like a reference point in that defense, in that team. Now, senior man, no, they call her Kenneth now. J1 they call her Kenneth.
Uncle Ken, they call her Uncle Ken. But I want to draw some kind of similarities here, right? And it dates back to some of our exploits in AFCON, right? If you remember back in 2013, we had a similar situation. Yobo, after the first game, wasn't playing anymore because we had Godwin Obabana and
this same Kenneth Omeru
playing very well. So he understood the assignment until the final day when it came to get the trophy and all of that. He didn't really see a lot of game time. So if you look back also in 1994 in Tunisia, it was similar as well.
Stephen Keshi
was a captain.
Was a captain of the bench.
He wasn't playing. So it looks like this is something that is not new in the Nigerian system when it comes to AFCON, and that's what makes it a lot easier for them to understand their assignment, right? They know that, oh guys, it's all about the team. It's just for us to win, right? I won't be surprised if at some point maybe when we are 3-0 up, you might be seeing Ahmed Musa because of the numbers they wanted to get. As the highest ever Nigerian player in terms of
The caps.
games, right? Caps. So I won't be surprised to see him at some point. But I think to be fair, he has also conducted himself well and being a leader in that team. I think that's one thing that was obvious going into this tournament. This team lacked leadership.
Sure.
Before bringing back, Trust also was not part of the previous games we had played. Ahmed Musa were not part. The two of them were not part of the previous games. This team showed they lacked leadership, and that's what the two of them has brought to the fore.
Definitely.
On the pitch. Yeah, so
Trustekong, Kenneth Omero, Ahmed Musa. These guys bring immense leadership into the team, advise these players. These players look up to them. The way Ahmed Musa was talking to Ademola Lookman and also Moses Simon, you know that these guys look up to Ahmed Musa. They listen to him, and whatever he told them, it looked like they brought it onto the pitch of play immediately after the cooling break.
There's something Olu just mentioned there, and I think I wanted to also discuss. I wanted us to discuss about it. I think there's a fantastic atmosphere in the camp, and that's really helping.
Yeah, sure.
That's very spot on. Because if you look at, there's a lot of unity in that team. If you see the way when Ademola Lookman scored that goal, he ran to Moses to say, Oga, now you give me this goal. He actually ran to.
Yeah, he did. There's a fantastic atmosphere in camp, and it looks like the coach. It also looks like the coach as well has tried as much as possible to make it a family affair in camp.
Right? Yeah.
Then there's a lot of players.
When Musa was called up, a lot of people condemned.
I condemned this.
These are the reasons why players.
I didn't condemn it though. I don't see any problem with that.
Players like Musa are important. They might not play, but that atmosphere, they will unify the team. He has seen it all in that team, and the coach bringing Musa on board because of things like this. You might not know.
So would you rather take? Would you have a Fitz Boniface and you say because somebody wants to be on the bench to be leader? A Fitz Boniface.
I might not drop Boniface for him.
A Fitz Boniface.
But that's why we have a list. We have a 27-man list. We have a 27-man list. We can easily take one senior man to the competition.
Players like him in the squad. You need to
I agree with Toby.
I agree with you.
You can't just bring
because we have a lot of young players
that are not used to this kind of situation. He has seen it all. He has won it. He has lost it. You understand me? So these are players that will unify the team and let them know, listen, this is how we do, this is how we eat, this is when we eat, this is how we pray, this is who we lead the prayer. You know, all those things. He has seen it all in the past.
Do that.
So
as a member of the bench. He can do that without being a player. That's my point.
No, he's still a footballer. He's still a footballer. He hasn't retired now.
Backroom staff.
Nah, I don't agree. He's still a footballer, so he should be part of the squad.
Yes, if
he's part of the squad.
So if you are the coach of this team, Toby, what you are telling me is
all these younger boys.
I understand you now, Toby. If you are the coach of this team, you are telling me now if you had a choice, one more player to go, and you have to choose between Musa in this team and a Victor Boniface, you pick Musa ahead of him. I just want to.
But we were not in that situation, Toby. We were not in that situation.
Boniface for Musa, but I make sure Musa is
not in that situation.
That's what I'm saying.
You make sure Musa is on the team.
I can drop Murphy for Musa. Yes, I'm saying it now.
Murphy that is a go banger.
How many go banger do you?
How sure are you that if Ahmed Musa doesn't, if he plays, he can score. He can score as well.
You have Osimhen, you have Onachu, you have Kelechi, you have Lukman. How many go banger do you need? Boniface. Even the Osimhen, how many has scored? Only one header. So what can I say?
So basically, I don't have a problem with having Ahmed Musa in the squad.
But the number with Osimhen's value, other than 20 million pounds, it should be on 5 goals already. It's just 1 goal.
Totally agree with you, Toby.
That's football now. But if can be here now, I don't have scored any goal. I only can be here. Don't have scored any goal.
I can't really tackling you there. You're too case head. Go back, guys.
Bring him on. Bring
Kyle, they come on and tackle this boy. He said, go banger, go banger. The unity goes on the way.
Bring K on, let it talk.
K, come on. Send me a request and I'll bring you on.
Please, come on.
He said, go banger, come. Cameroon went with that old man to the 1990 World Cup. Yeah, Roger Miller, you want to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there as well.
Also, Roger Miller went to the World Cup in 1994 as the old man, came off the bench, scored a goal, being at that point the oldest man to score at the World Cup and all that. So these things happen. So these things happen.
But my worry is just Yeah, I know you need to create that balance, right? Where you make a choice and say, or you draw the line to say, okay.
Especially when it comes to major competitions, you need experience.
But if you are beginning to have a lot of experience, like if you have players, for instance, that could have played, right? Like a Nathan Teller, for some people think he should have also made this team, right? If you
He's
have,
not
if
ready.
you have
Teller is not
Musa
ready
is
for
enough
football.
in terms of
He needs
experience.
more time.
Toby,